How's it, everybody? This is Dan, and welcome back to another episode of Jazz in Cape Town. And today I'm going to be bringing you for the first time to a regular jazz gig on a wine farm in the beautiful Cape Winelands. We are in Somerset West today at a wine farm called Lourensford, which is a really big wine farm. It's got a lot of great things to do here. There's wine tasting, and there are restaurants, and there's a wonderful market. And I think there are mountain biking trails on here. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do. And there's a wonderful venue called the Ginologist, which is a craft gin distillery, and they host jazz regularly in season, in summer. So it doesn't happen in winter because it's hosted outdoors. So if you are planning on visiting, make sure that you check out their website and their social medias to make sure that the jazz is happening, because it happens roughly every second Sunday or so. They have jazz quartets from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. And the gin is fantastic. They got even some little mock gin tastings for the kids that you can basically enjoy with the whole family. So I'm going to take you inside now to show you jazz at the Ginologist, which is every second Sunday. Check it out. Beautiful venue, beautiful gins, beautiful setting, and there are 3 different types of seatings that you could choose. You can either go for a lounge pocket, or you can go for a picnic area, or you can go for an inside table setting. So, ladies and gentlemen, playing in the band today is Blake Hellaby, one of the most in-demand pianists in Cape Town in multiple different genres. Blake, how are you doing, man? Are you well?
I'm great. I'm great to be out here in the heat in Cape Town.
Blake, you're also the full-time, part-time piano lecturer at UCT, am I right?
Yes, I teach jazz piano alongside the head of piano, which is, the head of department is Andrew Lilly. So I teach half of the piano students at UCT jazz.
Amazing, and I think if I remember correctly, you've just come back from a tour of Austria, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, not a tour, a teaching exchange. So at NDW, one of the biggest universities and the music universities in the world.
How did you find the difference between listening audiences in Austria and here in South Africa, or Cape Town in particular?
When we go overseas, the thing that we did a lot of South African music, the response by the audiences there to South African music was way bigger than I could imagine. Something that was just so fresh and familiar, but so fresh to us, it's just normal, just the way we play jazz, even that we think is straight ahead jazz. When we're playing it, it's so interesting to them because of our rhythm and our beat and the way that we interpret rhythms and our nature for South African music being polyrhythmic. We don't notice that that's inside of us as musicians or as everyday people. It's in our blood, so the way that we hear music bounces a bit more. And you could see the reactions when Justin was soloing to people doing something that I like. Justin does it all the time. Or a lot of saxophonists play those licks or play like that way. I mean, obviously Justin is an insane musician, I'm not belittling, but you could just see the way that people were reacting to things that are just very plain to us. So I think that it was hard to say because they were quite intrigued. And so their response was very big. And almost similar to the way that we have it here. They wanted to get up and dance and figure out what was happening. So that was a lot of fun, and also an eye opener for remembering how profound South African jazz is, actually.
So just a side note that these guys don't waste time with things like food, which we all know is unnecessary. You should never eat on an empty stomach. So it's only the gins that they've got here. I think some other beverages as well. There's also some sensory experiences where you taste the gin with listening to certain sounds and music, which you can book for all on the Dine Plan app, but it's not a restaurant. So if you want to order food here, they actually have a partnership with the restaurant next door, which I think is called the Mill House, and you can order from their menu and they bring it over here, or you can fetch it and eat it over here. Also, they don't mind if you go down to the market to buy some food and eat it here at the Ginologist either, but it's important to know that it's not a restaurant. It literally is a gin distillery, gin and jazz, so all the good stuff. So that's something that you must just make sure you're aware of before you book and come. Maybe you want to have lunch before and then pull in for a bit of the jazz, or watch the jazz and go for dinner afterwards. Or like I say, you can just order off the menu from next door. As the band, we get to sample quite a few of the dishes. I've had the pork belly, I've had the burgers. I saw Langa, the drummer today, had a seafood curry, which looked amazing. So again, in South Africa, it's pretty hard to find a bad meal, and there's no exception to the rule here at the Ginologist. It's just that they don't have a kitchen themselves. Right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm here with the incredible drummer, Mr. Langa Dubazana. Langa, how are you doing, man?
Yeah, greetings everyone. I'm doing fine, thanks, and you, Dan?
Excellent. Happy New Year. Good to do a gig with you again here at the Ginologist, even though it was a steamy one.
Quickly.
Tell me something, how long have you been doing this Ginologist gig?
I've been doing it for about a year now, starting last year.
Nice. And tell me, I mean, you play a lot around Cape Town. What do you think makes this gig different to all the other regular gigs around town that we do?
Most certainly the scene and the view. Everything happens outdoors. So before you even start the gig, you put your gear aside and you walk around the Lourensford Estate. You see the coffee shops, you see the people mulling around, the children are walking. That family vibe isn't as common in night establishments. So it being in the daytime and outside in the winelands puts it a step above in terms of that factor.
Another point that I wanted to make is, as a dad with two kids, I'm often trying to find opportunities for them to come and watch my jazz gigs, because as we know, jazz often happens at night time, after their bedtime, or in venues with alcohol, which are not great for kids. But a nice thing about this Ginologist gig is that it's from 2 till 5 p.m. There is plenty of grass area over here. Like I say, you can picnic or get a lounge pocket, and there were loads of kids kicking soccer balls around, playing garden cricket, and then sort of floating back to the table to see their folks. They even cater for children with like a little kids gin pairing. So it's not actually gin, it's like different coloured cool drinks, and it's paired with like ice cream and fruit and things like that. So they're really clever actually to cater to the kids, because they don't feel left out. You can be doing a gin pairing, and then there's like a kiddies gin pairing, if you know what I'm saying, which is obviously 100% non-alcoholic, but it just makes it fun for them as well, and like they're not feeling left out. So if someone enjoys their jazz and you've got kids, then this is another great option, because a lot of the other places that I've covered are not really friendly towards kids under the age of 18. So that's also another real bonus about the Ginologist. Alright everyone, so this was the Ginologist, which is a gin distillery at Lourensford. And just a couple of closing remarks. I mean, first of all, I think I mentioned in my last video about Rick's Cafe American. I love the fact that you can jump onto the Dine Plan app, reserve your table, and within seconds you've got a confirmation. You don't have to email a venue and find out if they have space, and then they get back to you and let you know what they have available. I jumped into the Dine Plan app, I booked a table for 4. I know that there are lounge pockets, picnic areas and indoor areas, so I said I'd like a lounge pocket for my family in the shade close to the band because we want to watch the music. That I put in the additional comments. And then a few days later some friends said, oh, we want to come along as well. I jumped back on the app, I said edit my booking, I increased the table from 4 to 8 and confirmed. It was as easy as that. And then on the day of the gig you get an SMS saying, don't forget about your booking at the Ginologist, would you like to confirm or cancel it? So I just typed confirm. When we arrived, our table was ready, it was waiting, it was in the shade, it was close to the band, all the things that I asked for on the app. And I just love the fact that you can make a reservation so easily. So that for me is a massive bonus. Then of course the location, absolutely stunning. I mean, the whole world is trying to come to the winelands here in the Western Cape because they're ridiculously beautiful. In the height of summer now, the vineyards are almost flexing. They're so green and lush. And the mountains are unbelievable. It's really hot at the moment. I think it was about 35 degrees today, so it's getting a bit windier now, which is actually a blessing because it's been so steamy. But look, when it's hot, you're forced to drink craft gin. You know, you're forced to do a little bit of wine tasting. There's some craft breweries around. Like I said, there's so many things to do here at Lourensford. There's a market, there are mountain biking trails. I'm pretty sure there's some hotels around here, and it's in the heart of the Somerset West winelands. So there are loads of other wine farms around here, like Vergelegen. Waterkloof is one of my favorite ones up on the hill there. I mean, I can go on forever. So if you are keen on finding out more about the jazz scene in Cape Town, please make sure that you like and subscribe, share this channel with your friends, and come along with me as I take you to all the different types of venues that host jazz here in Cape Town and the greater Cape Town area in general. Cool, this is Dan. We'll catch you at the Coda. See you on the next one.